Let's head straight to Canberra. One Nation leader Pauline Hanson joins me from Parliament House. Pauline, let's start with The Voice. I think your cartoon series sums it up beautifully. Let's have a look.
There's been 44 referendums and nearly all of them have been successful. Most of them have been successful. Only 8 have been successful in all of Australia's history. Even though most people were in favour of Australia becoming a republic, the model that was proposed stunk. But don't you worry, we've learned our lesson from that referendum. We're not going to be proposing a bad model. Oh no, we won't be proposing a model at all. That's right, this will be a vote purely on the vibe. No details, no costings, no worries.
Pauline, no details, no costings. Australians are starting to pay attention and see this referendum for what it really is.
Exactly right, Rita. This is a deceitful way by the Albanese government to get people to enshrine in the Constitution a body of people who will be elected and will represent the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. You see, how I see it is, Rita, a treaty wasn't done with the Aboriginals upon a settlement of Australia in 1788. There was no body, there were a mob of tribes, different tribes, there was no head of it. So by enshrining the Constitution, we the people then acknowledge them as the voice for the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. From there, that's where the Prime Minister gets his treaty. So voice comes first and then comes treaty. See, Makarrata, under their own website, does say treaty. And you know, the Uluru Statement is voice, treaty, then it's about truth-telling. Well, I wish the Prime Minister would be truthful with the Australian people and tell us exactly what he is intending for us, because this is divisive for our nation. We shouldn't be going through this, but I hope that it does. I hope it actually goes down in a heap, and I hope it's dead and buried for a long time, because I have always fought for equality for all Australians. Stop dividing us by culture and cultural or race. We are all Australians. Even those people who come here to be migrants to Australia moved here. We're all Australians together and should enjoy this country and everything it has to offer. But I see this separatism, I see this racism, and I see division, and I am fighting against it. And all Australians should vote no to his divisive, racist referendum.
Now, you're spending a lot of time travelling around the country campaigning against the referendum. I've noticed you've got a book out called Reasons to Vote for Albanese's Voice. I've got a copy, as you can see, and yeah, not much there. What are you hearing from people as you travel around? Also, the migrants you speak to, because I think this is something that has been missed by much of the media, missed by, I think, even the coalition, that a lot of migrants have some strong sentiments when it comes to this issue, because we've chose to come here, and some of the language around always was, always will be, and this racial privilege that they're trying to enshrine into the Constitution, well, for migrants, that just sends all sorts of ugly messages.
Oh, of course it is. You know, I have not come across one person who says we're going to even think about voting for the voice. So everyone, even Aboriginals, are contacting my office and they've come up to me. A lot of people are still confused about it. Aboriginals are confused about it. So this consultation process he was supposed to have had with the Aboriginals is a lot of, you know, lies that they're putting across to the Australian people. There hasn't been a consultation process at all. The migrants also said, we've left the problems in our own country to come here to Australia because we love this country. We like the diversity. We like the feel that, you know, we're part of this nation, and yet this is going on. They are gobsmacked at what's happening here. So, you know, they feel, what the hell is happening in our nation, as many Australians? And it's all about, you know, Rita, if we go back and say, oh, it's about the Aboriginals, they're hard done by and all the rest of it, I'm not interested in what happened 250 years ago. We acknowledge what has happened. There was racism, there was division, by all means. But I think Australians have moved on from there. Accept what we have today. And if there are issues, then let's fix them. Linda Burney is so out of her depth. She shouldn't be you know, I just feel that she's just tokenistic and putting that position. But, you know, put in someone who's really going to ask the tough questions. Where has the billions gone? Why hasn't it been spent properly? Why aren't there audits done in these Aboriginal or organisations and corporations, which there are over 3,000 of them. So why isn't it money getting where it needs to go? She doesn't need to be told what the problems are. She's listed them one after another. She doesn't need a voice in Parliament. So there's another hidden agenda, and I've explained what it is.